You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy vault your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
Good morning.
Good morning. I hope you look like, actually, I'm not even going to ask because I saw you had a wonderful, relaxing Sunday celebrating Mother's Day with the littles.
Yes, so because of the lovely storm that we had, the lake is pretty much empty of water, and which means no boats can go play.
Of what?
Shush. Water. So the boats can't get in and there's just so much debris in the water. It's crazy train. So we went out and it was me and the littles, and we played bumper kayaks, which was so much fun.
I cannot wait to put my kayak on the Jeep and come up. I've got to find Hope one that's her size, but I'm going to test it out.
I have 3. You don't need 2.
But if she likes it, I'm going to have to buy her one for down here.
That's fine. So let her test it out at my house.
Yeah. And I'll bring my kayak up, and then off we'll go.
And we'll go play bumper kayaks.
How's your arms? The next day after I kayak, I always hurt like.
Yeah. Well, this is my favorite time of year because once it gets a little bit warmer in the morning, I go kayak in the morning,
right,
and then I ride my Peloton in the afternoon. So I get my legs and my arm workout all in a day, right?
Well, that brings us up to a wonder, because you just brought up my P is a bad word sometimes. Peloton is a bad word in this house sometimes, because I love my Ghetto-ton with the Peloton app more than I have a perfectly good spin bike when Peloton came out. Like, why would I pay to get one? I have a love-hate relationship with that thing because I have it in a place where I have to see it every day. I've got the shoes, I've got the workout gear. But until a friend reached out to me this morning for help with accountability, I haven't been able to get on it. And today I can't let her down now. I can't let my friend down. So what I wanted to talk about today, because you're amazing at it, is accountability.
I'm not really.
But when it comes to me, you whip my butt. Yeah, but maybe not for you. Maybe not for you, but you are really good at whipping my butt into shape.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny, right? It's funny how accountability is huge, right? So you want to talk about accountability, and we have this perception of who we are as people, our internal perception. And this is why it's so important to have our outside voices, the right outside voices.
The right one. And so a friend came to me and said, I cannot stand the way I look. I have put on weight. And I was like, girl, me too. Like, who hasn't? I'm having a hard time. And I think I've talked to you about this. It's why I pack so much food, regulating what I am able to eat when we travel. I had gastric bypass in 2011. So there are foods that just do not agree with me. And sometimes when we go away, everybody makes fun of me for incredible snack bags and checking a cooler in my check-in bag. But when we get there, sometimes I really struggle to find foods that agree with my little pouch. So I just make sure I have the foods, or I'll get deliveries of food like Instacart or all these things. But the last time we went there, it was all salt. Everything you and I ate, unfortunately, when we travel, is full of salt. So this week I am detoxing the liver from all the sodium and all the stuff we eat in the airports when we travel, because it's not that we want to make bad decisions. It's sometimes we are forced into a position where we have to pick the best out of the worst.
It's a counterbalance thing, right? It's the 7 circles in life. You can't be balanced in all 7 circles. You can't be balanced in, I'm going to travel and I'm going to eat health. The 2 don't work. I've tried it. I did it at mega camp and everybody thought I was a fool, but it's really hard. It's a discipline that not many people have.
It is, and you did good. Like you had to take some classes, unfortunately, during Mega Leadership that pulled you away from us at night to do some.
I had sushi. It was a beautiful thing.
But you ate sushi's healthy, right? Like it's really it's so. This morning, her and I decided we have check-in times. We're logging our food. Food logging is a miracle thing, just so you know, if you've never done it. We're logging our food. We have committed to 30 minutes of exercise a day, and we're both on Apple Watches, so we just synced our stuff together so we can see the things, and then by 7:45 at night we have to do a check-in.
Well, and here's the other thing, right? Every Monday, and this is where time is not our friend, and yet how do we make it happen? Every Monday. And let me caveat this with, we're both blessed to be able to work from home sometimes.
Correct.
Every Monday, we have our growth call from 12 to 1. Like, I'm going to eat and then I'm going to help on my Peloton, because here's the other piece of it. And I've said this before on these calls, I am a wicked procrastinator. Why? Because I know that at the 11th hour, I will make it happen. Well, this is my 49th year on the planet. I turned 50 in November, and my deadline for being healthy is November 11th. And I haven't even.
Gotta get going.
Right?
Gotta get going.
And I think I've hit my procrastination, like, this is the month, because what are we, 6 months from that date at this point? Yeah.
I know.
Like, I don't have a choice. I have 6 months to make it work.
You know, and here's what happened today too. So we're texting back and forth, my friend and I, and she's going away on a trip. Like she's frustrated, and she doesn't feel like herself, and she doesn't want to go on the trip. And within 20 minutes of us making this plan, she said she feels excited, motivated. She can't let me down, just like I can't let her down.
Yep.
And just, she has a plan now. And I think we talk often so much about 135 GPS, 411, all these things. It's so incredible how this small plan, just the same way we would do things in our businesses, we're able to do things in our personal life. So today was at one of those, it was such a fun moment for me. Not that I was coaching my friend, but that I had the tools to help a friend without coming off coachy or businessy or preachy. And it was a really fun moment this morning to be able to, like, I'm going to help myself. I'm going to help my friend. It's going to be fun. We're both going to get on our ghetto tons at night and pick the same workout and be in the same place and go.
Yep. And here's the other thing, like, it's not hard to do an hour on the bike.
It's not.
You just have to fight through it.
You do. And it's, you know, and my kid is old enough. Matt comes home from college tomorrow. He's out of my hair. Hope goes to bed at 7. I will be on the bike because there's no way I work out in the morning. I've tried. I'm not a workout in the morning person. We've tried, but I can meditate. I can do some yoga, but I cannot sweat in the morning. It is not even though I'm up early, it is not my jam.
Yeah, no, I ride at night. Like, and I live in Maine, which is one of the coldest states in the union. And yet, like, this morning, I almost went out, but then I would have probably gotten sick because the air is actually colder than the water in Maine right now. So, yeah. So I didn't do it. And we're almost to Memorial Day.
We're getting there. So that was my exciting moment to tell you and talk to our friends about. It's funny how the systems and the models show up when you need them in your life, when you're attuned to them. Right? That losing weight and getting healthy is not difficult. It's not easy. Certainly not difficult. We've got all the tools. I know I do. I'm a great cook. Cook for the week, right? I have a meal plan, even though I'm on site at a big event tomorrow. I am bringing my food with me. Like, there's all these small things.
I know. I noticed we're traveling tomorrow, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm prepared.
I am. I'm over prepared.
You're always prepared.
I'm always prepared.
I'm going to throw it all together the night before kind of gal.
I know. Oh, I know.
But you know what? It all works out. Well, and here's the other part. You know where to put your energy, right? Like I know that putting an extra 7 outfits, like putting 7 outfits for 3 day works for me because I
Right.
can choose, right? So my last minute is I'm going to overcompensate for the fact, right? So in this instance of how are you being disciplined? And here's the other part, like we don't do it for ourselves,
No, we
which
don't.
is silly. It's so silly.
It is. It's stupid that we don't.
Yeah. But all right, well, maybe I'll have to get on the whole healthy bandwagon with you.
You know what it is? Water.
Yeah.
I'm not good at water.
Yeah. I just bought this big 64-ounce gallon that yells at me. Like it's one of those sarcastic ones that you can't bring in public. It's like, well, this is how I operate. You need to slap me in the face sometimes to make it work. Right. Well, you know me. We're friends.
I know.
You
All
know
right,
the
friend.
Tiffany. All
So
right.
if there's
Great
something
day.
you want to get done, find an accountability buddy.
Yeah.
Make a plan and stick to the plan.
Right. Because the other part of it is it's slowly then suddenly. So you could be doing it for 6 months before you finally see the results. It's like eating healthy. Like I'm going to eat 2 bananas a day, one for breakfast and one before I go to bed. Right? Because bananas also make you sleepy.
Yep, potassium.
Yep. All right. Adios.